Hello, I am just wanting to get on live today. There have been a couple things going on, and I thought, I just need to share some of the stuff that I have resources for, and maybe it will be useful to you. So one of the things that has been happening is I've been cleaning house, and as you can see over there, I've been cleaning out some of my play therapy stuff and sorting that, getting that where it needs to be, and then also working through my desk. And some of the resources this last year that have come up have been really unique and special. And I think part of that is just because it's been such an unusual time with the pandemic the last year and a half. It's crazy to think it's been a year and a half. When all of that started and we thought, maybe it'll last a month and then we'll get to go back to normal. Now we're realizing I'm not sure that there will ever be the normal that we had before. It'll be a new normal. But one of the things that has happened for me just in the last couple of years is that there have been deaths in my life, family members and friends who have lost family members and loved ones. And it has been a difficult time to go through that and be going through the pandemic at the same time. One of the things where I've really noticed that is with things like memorial services, just not even being together can be difficult. And when we're already feeling alone and separated from that person who's passed, it's just even more discouraging to feel like we can't lean on somebody's shoulder or share times or even just sit in the same space with somebody else and share memories. So I think the way that we've found, I've actually been part of several memorial services that have been on Zoom, and they've been really beautiful opportunities for people to share. And also, as we're starting to edge back into public settings, I've been able to participate and be part of events and memorial situations where we do get to be together, and what a difference that's made. And in either case, and no matter what people have been going through in the last couple of years, if you or if somebody you know has experienced grief, I want to share this resource with you because I do think it's really great. It's actually a book. It looks like a children's book, and it's called Tear Soup. And I'm gonna read a little bit of it to you. It's by Pat Schreiber and Chuck Declan, I think I'm saying that right. But if you look up Tear Soup, it's all over the net. You'll definitely be able to find it. You can find it a lot of times in used bookstores. So I've bought a few of these, and I've been sharing them with people who are going through a loss because it is such a great reflective thing when you don't really necessarily know what to say, or you don't always have something to say. And the cool thing is this book, even as it's illustrated, like here's one of the pages, and it talks about just how we have loss. And it could be something like a fatal diagnosis. It could be a divorce, house fire, retirement, chronic illness, stillbirth, a loss of status. A lot of times we don't realize that is a loss, that's a major loss of our significance and where we feel like our identity was wrapped up. A pet died. I know that when my pets die, that's going to be a struggle for me, and I will definitely be experiencing grief. Suicide, a spouse dying, infertility. That's one that a lot of times we just don't know what to say when somebody's infertile or they're at the age of trying, and people keep asking, are you going to have a baby? And you're just like, oh, this is so hard to handle. And I recommend this book. I recommend this book for you if that's something you're experiencing. And actually, it's a great book for everybody to read, just preliminary to grief, because death is inevitable, right? Nobody's escaped death. So this is just something to remember. And I just want to read to you the recipe on the inside. So it is a story, so you can read through the actual story, which, like I said, I definitely recommend. But then there is this Tear Soup recipe, and it says Granny's recipe for tear soup. Helpful ingredients to consider. So you get to choose what of these things you want to put into the soup. A pot full of tears, one heart willing to be broken open, a dash of bitters, a bunch of good friends, many handfuls of comfort food, a lot of patience, buckets of water to replace the tears, plenty of exercise, a variety of helpful reading material, like this, enough self-care, season with memories, optional, one good therapist and or support group. So yes, obviously I would recommend that, being a therapist and a support person. But one of the directions that it gives after it gives you some ideas of ingredients to consider, directions, choose the size pot that fits your loss. It's okay to increase the pot size if you miscalculated. Combine ingredients. Set the temperature for a moderate heat. Cooking times will vary depending on the ingredients needed. Strong flavors will mellow over time. Stir often. Cook no longer than you need to. So many things we can read into that. So many good things. Suggestions. Be creative. Trust your instincts. Cry when you want to. Laugh when you can. Freeze some soup to use as a starter for next time. Keep your own soup making journal so you won't forget. It serves one. So like I said, I definitely recommend this book. Just some neat concepts, great ideas. Check it out from the library. I don't think it's available on Kindle yet or digital, but you might check it out. It's called Tear Soup, A Recipe for Healing After Loss. Oop, can you see it? Oop, can you see my, anyway. Yeah, enjoy.